Okay, so I'm gonna actually add a second part to this because I think this is important for me to go over, and then actually I'll be showing you some of the answers on the right side already. Okay, so where I left off here, since I have already the square here, so that's the only thing that's left. Square root both sides to get rid of that square, so it cancels out. So you're only left with that x minus 1. But when you square root 25, you get plus or minus 25. Now, when you have something like this is something interesting that happens. X minus 1 equals plus or minus 5. To solve for x, you want it plus 1 both sides. Cancels over here. X equals. Now, when you have something like this, you got to understand this is a nice simple one. But when you have something like this, don't get confused. You want to write the number first and the plus or minus second. It always works that way. The plus or minus goes second. So here, the number 1 first, plus or minus 5 second. So what I did here is you gotta use, there's two values. 1 plus 5 will give me that 6. 1 minus 5 will give me that negative 4. Two values. These are your two solutions for that. Okay? So that's a nice one that works out like that. But sometimes they work out like this one. So what I did here, of course, you wanna isolate this guy only. So you gotta understand here, I think you're going to isolate the square where it's just the square. This is already isolated. So before you want to isolate, you want to divide out the 2. That's what you do with the 2. You don't square root right away. Divide out the 2 and then you square root. When you square root, this cancels this, so you're left with x minus 4. Square root of 8 has a nice perfect square root in its factored form, so it's actually going to be plus or minus 2 radical 2, because this factors to this and that stays as that. But then when you want to get the 4 over there to solve for x, right, this you're going to leave it like that, like this. You're not going to get the numerical values. Sometimes it's just okay to leave it like this. But don't get confused when you do this side. Like, what do I do here? Again, the first one is whatever number it is, and the plus or minus is always second. So you would do 4 plus or minus 2 radical 2, and you leave it like that because that's, you can solve for it too. You can get the numerical values, but sometimes it's okay to just leave it like this. And then this one, another one that's pretty interesting. This one is, you can't simplify the square root of 6. But you are solving when this square roots to both sides. You are solving for x still, so you're plus 9, and then you get 9 plus or minus square root of 6, right? This guy goes first, plus or minus second. Division of 8, and you get something like this. Sometimes they look this a little bit weird, where you have a number plus or minus a radical over a number. And you can leave it like that. You don't have to find a numerical value. But I'll show you how to find a numerical value soon for these. So we can leave it like that. And on this side, of course, we have the rest of this here. So you can kind of notice. I'm going to scan them too. But these are what you should have found. Of course, you try them for yourself first. And then you try to figure it out first. And then you can look at this again. You can pause and see all the answers there, how you had to answer it for sure. So, please do it first and then look at the video or the answer key for that. Thank you. Bye-bye.